I mean, it's not a bad scalp, right? So there it is again. It held the bottom of the last range. You buy the 139, you sell the 141. It's the same stuff. It's just if you're not scalping, there's nothing really to do today. But all good trades start with scalps. Low risk, medium reward. Sometimes those rewards become bigger. Anybody else seen anything else? I mean, it's like the market again. This is the market I've been talking about. I think the market's waiting to be taken out behind the shed and someone beats it to death or puts a bullet in its head. I think the market's on the precipice of an epic crash. That's just me. I think this complacency is going to end up with a smackdown. So, guys, come on over to the YouTube, right? I'll see you guys on the flip side. I wish I could help you get there, but TikTok doesn't let me put links in my own feed. So it's hit. I can't even type into my own feed. I don't understand what's going on. The blue and orange line are volume weighted average price, algorithmic institutional order flow levels. But if you've been trading Moderna on these scalps, your whole days, it's good. It's the opposite of bad. You're trading the Qs, you're just getting chopped up. You're trading bull, you wasted your time waiting for a long trade like I did. You're waiting for Walmart for a long trade, it just showed up at 103. Or you're trading Moderna and you're getting in these 2.5 point rips. So, not bad. This one I'm not in, by the way, because I started looking at the bull and some options and I just missed the entry. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. 1-1. So I don't know why I could type. Now, let me ask you a question. If I type here, right, hit the big YouTube, did that come up? Did you see what I typed right there? Hit the bid, YouTube. Well, that's me on YouTube. YouTube just works better. It is better. It's better. So if you guys can get off of TikTok, email me for tonight's. We're doing a session tonight. Free weed, free drinks, free Milano cookies, and free quick. Or Yahoo or Yoo-Hoo. You guys like Yoo-Hoo? Free Yoo-Hoos. Free Yoo-Hoos, Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies, free weed, free drinks, free books. And this guy Solid Jello gives a hell of a back rub too. So email me. We're partying tonight. All right. That one worked. All right. So go to YouTube. Hit me up there. And I'm getting off this Chinese bot driven psycho website. All right. Find me on YouTube. So you can Google my name, Kenny Glick. You'll find it that way. And if you're not in Moderna now, I don't know I don't know what to tell you. Have you heard? I'm only trading Moderna today. You just broke through the 140, 150 again. And here's another $1.50 for you. So this is the opposite of bad. See, if you're watching the Qs, this is nothing going on. You've been sitting here waiting for Walmart to do something. There's nothing going on. Bull was a short first, but now Moderna, here you go. Same setup, same result, winning. You don't need to keep going back and forth, different names. We got the name that's in play. And now here we are again. There you go. There you go. There you go. Much better than before. Oh, Billy, right? All good trades start with a scalp after a fake out, shakeout. Now, hopefully, it gets all the way up to that 145 again. And then you could be looking at a massive squeeze. Hopefully this is it. Coming out of the Andy Dufresne. That's your Andy Dufresne Kardashian bottom. Have you heard about this Moderna? Yeah, I know. Pretty good stock to focus on today, right? Better than all the others. The rest of this bullshit. Talk to me. All right, email me, call me. See you guys. Kenny Glick, AOL.com. Yeah, so welcome to the most boring day of the year. This has been we've been actually building to this day. Yes, Monday was kind of boring, but it was all right. Yesterday was kind of boring, but it was awesome because of Moderna and some Target and TJX. Today is boring, but same day for me. I traded Moderna 3 times now for winning trades. Q short. That's all I got to show for it. But you know what? When the aliens come and say, "Hey, how did August 20th work out for you in 2026?" It's pretty good. What'd you do? I stayed focused on Moderna all day and scalped it for a couple of points in 3 different trades. Oh, good job. You get to live. Thanks, alien overlords. I, for one, embrace our alien overlords. Yo, fetch me a cup of coffee, man. Trying to figure out. Forgot my kids home, working at home. I'm trying to figure out where all the coffee's going. Came out, coffee was already gone. You guys remember the machine? Yeah, machine. Oh, by the way, Jimmy, you here? Can we tell the story of your progress as a trader? My nephew's trading. We got my intern from Virginia Tech. He's trading. They both hit a little bit of a wall, like every trader does. Jimmy, can we tell the story? By the way, Jimmy, you know when I insult you, right? I'm just being funny, right? You're not you're not getting upset about it, right? When I make fun of your intellect. My nephew's actually a pretty smart kid. But I heard that he had one bad trade which ruined 7 or 8 good trades. Right? Typical rookie trader. Doesn't let that, lets the loss become a little bit bigger, and then the bigger it got, and next thing you know, it wipes out 7 or 8 good trades. Hence the reason about that win rate thing that I'm always talking about. My nephew's win rate is 90%, but now he's negative for the week because that one trade that went against him took away 8 good trades. That's what you don't let happen. Right? But that's how every rookie trader blows up, like my son, the machine. The machine, remember the machine? The machine went 17 for 20 that 1 month that he traded with me, and he wound up losing $3,000. Why? How? Because his winning trades were 150. Even with that Starbucks, he hit a Starbucks for about 600 one morning on an earnings reversal. But then he traded Carvana short, got smoked. Then he went back to the winning ways and win. And then he went back to the Carvana because he looking for revenge, and he got smoked again. And then they got smoked again. 3 big losses in Carvana wiped out his whole month. So his win rate was what? Do some math. 17 out of 20 winners. How the hell did he net a loss for the month? Because the 3 losers were terrible. And that's why I'm saying win rates are bullshit. You get it? Win rates are bullshit. Win rates are bullshit. Win rates, track records are bullshit. You hear me talking? Spreadsheet, win rate. Anybody give a shit about my win rate? No, you're in Moderna. How's our win rate today? I'm 4 for 4 now on Moderna. How you doing? I'm 4 for 4. This Walmart sucks. This bull sucks, right? I waited all day for these trades. And while I'm waiting, I'm scalping and crushing Moderna. Woo! You guys back into Moderna, or are you sitting here waiting for this Walmart to do something? You still complaining about this bull trade, or are you trading the one that is working? Come on, baby. Right? This pays for the bull. This pays for the Walmart. Moderna. Oh, you didn't buy it at 140? Neither did I. But you get involved at 140, 150. Now I'm regretting selling at 142.50. But now I'm selling here at 145. Hell yeah. 145.44, 145.43, as a matter of fact. Bam! 145.43, we're out. Send it. There you go. If you are not selling 50% of Moderna right now, sell it. You just got the ass crack Andy Dufresne VWAP retrace. Sell 50% of what you got right now. There's nothing else going on. Take the money. Four for 4 now in Moderna. And none of these are the high quality trades that I speak of. This is just me knowing what I'm doing, scalping a name off big fat whole number, half number trades. Moderna holds 137.50. You buy 140. I chased it at 140, 150, sold 142.50 and 145. Cash. Can't take it from me now. Now I'm looking for some major payday. Now I'm looking for a major move for 10 more points. And now I'm going to let it breathe because you sold some, you sold some. Now you're down to what? 40% of your position already. The VWAP retrace where the money's made. Now we're sitting pretty again, hoping. Call your girlfriend, Hope. Faith, come here, honey. Can you sit on my lap? No, not for that. Just come here for a second. Sit on my lap and make the stock go to 150. All right? Now wiggle. Wiggle it just a little bit. But what if the stock goes back on to 142.50, Kenny? Sell it. And that's where we're at now. We're back in Moderna suddenly, but not suddenly. That's the Andy Dufresne Kardashian bottom VWAP retrace. Welcome to the Investor Center. And who's short the Qs? Who's got two thumbs and who's always short the Qs? This guy, because we're going to crash. We're in it, baby. It's over. Bull market's over. I ended it on June 5th. Tear out the window. When they're screaming for the exits, when everybody comes back from Labor Day weekend feeling bullish, and I'm smashing it down, Tom Lee's dumb face with his stupid haircut and his hermaphrodite freaking sunglasses. Legend. Why is the stock going down? Because it got to the VWAP. Right? That's the trade, homies. Right? So we just played the reversion to VWAP. Now we have to stay above the 142.50. And if it pivots again and we get ourselves a faux show, bro, 1 minute multi-day VWAP break, suddenly this Moderna turns into epic trade. But it all begins coming out of those lows. It all begins out of the ass cracks, which sounds really nasty when I say that together as a sentence. But you know what I mean. Staying focused, baby. See, today you say to yourself, you chose wisely. There are days where we don't have the Moderna, and all we're doing is sitting there staring at this bull and this Walmart like a bunch of morons waiting for something to happen. The next thing you know, it's 4:00. What the hell do we do with ourselves? At least we got this Moderna to keep ourselves entertained and make some money whilst waiting for these two idiot stocks to finally do something. And chances are they're not going to do anything. And why come nobody's talking about the Circle internet stock ripping? Where's my Coinbase traders? How's Hood doing? How'd Deer wind up? I don't know. How's Ali freaking Baba? By the way, speaking of the machine, that's my son, by the way. Kid's moving $450 million now, working at a bank. Kid got the sickest job. He's doing back office freaking corporate actions, moving stupid money. Crazy. He had a $450 million he processed $450 million last week in Johnson & Johnson stocks. Sick. And you see that dumb, stupid bull trade? You see that right there? You see when it dipped under 9, it came right back to 908. This is a scalp day. What are you going to do? It's August 20th. That's what you get. Doesn't mean it's bad, right? Look, that's the same dumb trade right there. You buy it at $9. You're risking 4 cents. It goes up 8. There's another $80. You do it with 3,000 shares, you're making 160. Here's a $300 trade again. It gets to 910. That's $300. 3,000 shares with a 4-cent risk. You're risking 120. Here's your 10-cent move. You take your 10 cents. Have a nice day. That's how I used to make a living. This was a living. This is the first way I learned how to trade. Whole number to an eighth. Eighth of a point, 12 cents. Risking an eighth to make an eighth and a quarter. That's how I first learned how to trade. By the way, have you noticed what the bull's doing? Does it not look like something that we like? That's called the Andy Dufresne underneath the prior day VWAP. Obviously, you want it to come out of the Andy Dufresne and rip back to the blue line. But it all starts with you buying some at 9 with a 4-cent risk. Feel me? Do you? Do you feel me? I hope you do. Because I'm soft and cuddly. Right? And then think about it. If you did 3 scalps for 10 cents each on 3,000 shares, now you're up $1,000. And the stock's gone absolutely nowhere, but you managed to do what you came to do. Some scalping on a stock that reported earnings. And there you go. Holy fucking shit. Now you're over 912. How you like me now? Nephew's all about it. Now, what are you supposed to do here? You don't just look at it. Don't just look at it. Eat it. $9.12. Just selling. That's an eighth. Now you can start to dream. Look at this. Huh? You waited long enough? Come on, bull. There you go. Fucking A. Where's my guy that bought the 950s? Now you see why you didn't buy the... You're not supposed to buy the 950s, fella. You're supposed to be buying the 9s. The 9s. Your 950s ain't going anywhere unless this thing rips to 975. But the 9s are paying now. At the money, baby. But like I said, this is a scalp. It's a scalp. There we go. Here we go. We waited long enough. There you go. Where's my Nokia guy at $10? Somebody just said he bought Nokia at $10. There you go. Look, the guy that bought Nokia at 10, he's having a better day than all of us, right? Why did he buy it? Because he likes Nokia, and it faux show broed and broke $10. $10 just got him 10.22. Nice job. When there's squadouche going on, you do squadouche. And these are squadoushy trades, but they're making us money. Now you got paid on the bull. Thank God that worked, right? That last one at 9, right? Because the whole idea is that the shorts are going to lose because they're idiots, right? I'm an idiot. I 100% think the market's crashing in the next 3 to 6 weeks. It's just an idea, and we're already in it. It's a stealth crash. It's happening. It's actually happening while we're in it already. I'm right about it. It might not turn out to be this epic moment, but whatever. But this trade right here, right? $9 scalp, you got paid 12 cents. $9 scalp, you get paid 11 cents. $9 scalp, you just got paid 17 cents. This is a living. Low risk, low reward, but rewards. Right? And ladies and gentlemen, if I haven't mentioned, I'm still short the Qs. I will be short the Qs till they pull this trade from my cold, dead hands. I ain't fucking around. I called 2 major corrections already this year. I'm going to be right. I am right. Right? Here we are. Here's the 710. I was just a week early. I guess the market waited for me to come back. That Thursday up move ruined our trade from last week. And what's it done since? We got a finger of God showing up the following day. That is the most bearish moment of your life. A false breakout out of the downtrend. This is where we start usually blasting off, and we rolled over instead. What's that tell you? The market's going down. It's going down, whether you like it or not. Tom Lee. I'm right. You're wrong. And by the way, economic data has nothing to do with any of this. Interest rates, irrelevant. Global unrest, bullshit. There's been global unrest for 3,000 years. You think suddenly it matters? By the way, a week from now, when the market is getting hammered, they're going to name it something. Well, the market's going down because of the uncertainty of the... No, it's not. It's going down because an if-then statement, and the price gets triggered, and then it goes to the next level. That's it. The cover story is the the market's going down because of the uncertainty about the AI bubble and Michael Burry and the Chinese. Fuck that. None of that's why the market's doing what it's doing. It's doing because if the stock breaks 142.50, it goes to 140. If the Qs break 115, they'll go to 112.50. If they break 112.50, they're going to go to 110. Oh my God, 110, 710's breaking. We're going to go to 707.50. I thought the bear market wasn't ever going to be again. Oh, I thought there was no, I thought you said the market never goes down. Shut up. And remember, folks, when the guy that says the market's never going down is saying it's definitely going down, Jimmy, don't be Jimmy. You guys know the Jimmy story? And yes, the Moderna trade just got stopped out at 142.50. Done. Aaron knows. Now you see why I'm not getting out of the SQQ, right? I'm not getting out. I'm down to my last 1,000 shares. I'm going to milk this bitch. I want 42.50. I got one trade wrong in the last 6 weeks, and it was that QQQ put that I bought on a Tuesday for Friday expiration. So what did we learn? Don't do that. By the way, where's the guy that was talking about buying calls on the S&P 3 days ago for September expiration? And I said, please send me your money. I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it even. How's that working out for you there, fella? You still want to buy options 3 weeks out? Because that's a great idea. Because you have some clue what's going to happen over the next 3 weeks, right? Like I said, by the way, those options that you were talking about buying, they're down 80%. Yeah, maybe you'll escape alive, but chances are not. And you're probably panicking out of them already anyway. So you owe me that money. I told you. not to do that trade. See, a lot of what I do is telling people what not to do because most of what people do in this industry is wrong. I'm wrong most of the time. I got to wake up every morning reminding myself, all right, market's going down right now. It's never going to stay down. I have to remind myself that every day. Just because we're going down now, do you think the market's actually going to go into a bear market that's going to last 2-3 years or something? That's never happening ever again. We're never going to have an extended 2 or 3 year sell-off. And even if we're in a downtrend, think of Moderna today. The stock's in an overall downtrend, but we've scalped it now 4 different times for long trades, right? It's all about what you're doing, right? This trade is obviously it's been a downtrend all day, but we've managed to pick it up and make money on it 4 different times on the long. So having an overall feel for the market, which nobody has better than I do, that's just part of what we're doing here, right? It didn't work. I blew that trade by buying the option on a Tuesday for the Friday, but we've made that money back now tenfold on the same trade by doing it each individual day, shorting the cues when it presents itself as a good trade like it is right now, solidifying my overall idea that the market's about to crash, which it is. Right in Tom Lee's dumb face and your big freaking head that he's got. Like, what's that woman with the big head? Always insulting Trump. She's got a Rosie O'Donnell head. Like a head must weigh 40 pounds. Guy's like a weeble wobble. I don't know how he walks with that freaking head. And by the way, I'm still stalking this Walmart for a buy. That's right. You see that bull trade? Look at that. The best move of the day turned into the worst move of the day, right? The best move of the day turned into the worst move of the day. But you didn't let that happen to you because you sold into the move. This is just scalping. So now what are we thinking about doing? You of course. We're looking to do it again. Right, so now maybe they'll break 895. We're looking at 875. Scalpy, scalp, scalpity, scalp, scalp. This is the market I was born into. This is the first market I learned how to trade. That's why I'm always complaining about in the bull market because I'm such a scalper. And when we have those monstrous moves, I'm usually not involved because I'm scalping my way out. That's why days like today, I make money. Most people lose because this is my kind of market where I'm just in it. You're in and out like honeymoon dick, or whatever that saying was that Boz said that day, which was pretty hilarious. What? What happened? By the way, there's one trade I haven't spoke about in a very long time. It's this NAVN. You guys know about this trade that I lost on the long trade, and then I went short, and I lost on the short trade, and then I went long, and then I lost on the long trade, and then I went short again. I lost on the short. I have to beat this stock up one day. I can't get it wrong every time. I'm stalking this stock for a massive short. This stock has literally owned me. I've lost on both sides twice. And I'm on a mission to crush this stock. And now it's starting to peter out at top. This $30 range. I'm going to short like 1 million shares of it. I'm going to crush this thing myself if I have to. I hate this fucking stock. I mean, I got owned. Sold it at lows, got short. I mean, I got annihilated. I lost, got to be 20 grand trading this thing over the last 6 months or about a year now. Man. And I know what I'm doing. This stock beat the living shit out of me, coming and going. But now, these last 4 or 5 days, I'm sitting there stalking it for some revenge. Next couple of days, I'm thinking about pounding this thing. Don't forget, But Kenny, if the stock's doing nothing but causing you grief and making you money, why go back to it? That's a good question. Because I'm bent with revenge and vengeance. I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. By the way, how about that SpaceX, right? Everybody got super bullish on it. What's happened since the crowd said, oh, we got to buy this thing? Do you? It probably goes back to 120 now. Oh, man. I haven't traded SpaceX in like 3 or 4 days. Since the epic squeeze day, I kind of left it alone, but it got double topped at the lifetime VWAP. You think these are coincidental trades? Come on, baby. That ain't no coincidence. How you doing? Oh. By the way, I have to, at one point today, trade Walmart long. I've been staring at Walmart since 8:05 this morning. It's like, this is one of those trades where I have to actually trade it at some point today. I wasted so much brain power staring at it, waiting. But you know what? The waiting might pay off, right? Because I was waiting for 102.50. It's slowly getting there. It'll probably go to 102.50 and just sit there for the rest of the day and waste more of my time. So we got 15 minutes more to spend with each other. I don't know, an hour and 15 minutes. What do you want to do? You guys hanging out tonight? Because let me tell you something about tonight. Tonight, all we're talking about is the epic crash that's about to happen. Because if we don't recover today, right, and let's say we stabilize, right? If we stabilize today, let's say we don't break the 709.44, which it looks like we're headed down to, right? And then we got, remember the 10-day, here's the 20-day, right? That's where we're going. It's not a debate. It's where we're going. I could be wrong, but I probably won't be. I don't want it to happen today. I want that 7 points tomorrow after they sucker the longs in again and we finger a God, right? So you were just about to buy puts today for tomorrow. What did we learn? Don't do that. Right now, you stay short the Qs, anticipating you're going to get stopped out inevitably at point today. You want to get stopped out today at 712.50 because you want them to get suckered tomorrow, because then if they get suckered again on a Friday, that's when we have a no bid Becky close. You know what that means? That means everybody's running for the exits on a Friday. Shit gets nasty. UVXY up to 22.50 kind of shit, where UVXY is up 10% and you're staying yourself. But I thought you said the market never goes down. It's going down now, right? So I don't even want it to happen today. And I'm short right now. I'm rooting against my own trade because tomorrow is going to be even more epic. Because if they sucker them in again and it rolls on a Friday, nobody wants to hold. Then you're buying options at the open. What? Yes. Because if they gap this market open tomorrow and it starts to rally, I'm still thinking we're going to roll. Tomorrow we buy those lotto plays, the 707s, at 10 cents, and then we roll over and hammer. So I'm kind of hoping it gets stopped out because I have no diggity doubt we're going to 703.27, if not today, then tomorrow, or at least on Monday. Because you see what that price is right there? It's in between the last. There's the next area. Bang. There was another fat finger trade. Boof. Right smack dab in the middle is that engulfing bullish candle, which is the 20-day VWAP, otherwise known as the Zach Hurwitz moment. So what you want sucker gap, sucker gaps that get sold into create bear markets, because everybody, that you go from the bullish complacency to, oh my God, I have to do something about this before it gets worse. Yes, you better do something about it, Mr. Complacent Bull. And then we take those 7 points and we make that money. And if it doesn't hold 703.27, that's when we start looking for that 699.55. And if we're back at 699.55, there is no tomorrow. We're going to give it all back. All of it. Right down. To the 6-month VWAP again. And that price is 661. Believe it. And now you can take all that commentary and shove it. Why? Because we're not doing anything about it. That's my overall thesis over the next 48 hours, 72 hours, 2 to 3 weeks. I think we're going to get it. But if the market gaps down tomorrow, breaks a new low, comes back and breaks VWAP, the entire premise of the trade has been destroyed. And you're going to have to go long. So that's why we plan these things. So we have our if, we have our then, and then we have what we want. That's why I'm hoping the market rallies now to sucker them in tomorrow. So we roll over, everybody gets scared, they pull the bids, and we go down to that 703, and we're in some 710 puts for 50 cents, and we're banging them out at $5 for a 10 bagger, where your $500 turns into $5,000, or your $5,000 turns into 50 grand, or your 50 grand turns into $500,000. I'm always 3 steps ahead of you, baby. I'm always 3 steps ahead. That's why. Do you think I was just making up a price on the Walmart that I was waiting for? You know, there's a reason I'm saying 102.50, because that's what stocks do. And stocks that are down 8% on earnings tend to get down 10%. Stocks that are down 10% tend to go down about 12.5%. So we're at the 10% window. Still waiting on this Walmart to get to the 102.50. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. I'd rather see it break 102.50, then come back and we'll get involved in a scalp. But right now it's 11.50. We hit 4 for 4 on Moderna. Got some QQQ short, waiting to get stopped out, and that's it. I don't mind if I get stopped out. But to see the SQQ, which is my secret weapon right now, I'm not even looking at it because I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out unless this market goes green. So that's a big if. I mean, it could go green. By the way, this faux show, bro, you finally get that the Bitcoin psychos are finally getting their bro out of this. There you go. That's a 6-month VWAP break on the Bitcoin coming out of the bottom. And look at this move. Now, look at the whole market just now. We just dynamically shifted. You see it? Right? We're in a range-bound market. So remember I was saying you don't want to be shorting at lows on a day like today. You want to be shorting at highs, covering at lows. Round and round we go. And that's why I don't mind having to get stopped out today, because today's range, if it breaks tomorrow after a gap rollover, break today's lows, prior low break, then we get that next 7 or 8 to the downside. So I don't even care what happens now on the cube short. 712. Well, now it's 712.64 is the only reason to get out. So raise the stop above the half to the 64 because you might as well use the VWAP when it's that close. Now, while we're sitting there, did anybody actually buy the bull? I know it's a goofy trade, but it keeps working under 9, right? Let's say you bought whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to get one more cup of coffee, and let's put that song on, because if you don't know that song, you should. You guys want to party tonight, or what do you want to do? I don't know. I could call a DJ. I could get a vat of grain alcohol. What do you need? You guys know one cup of coffee? I hope you do. There you go. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Ah! Well, nobody knows what you're talking about now. That hurt. Jeez. That was pretty awful. Let's try that again. How about this bull for the scalp again? How you like that? Amazing.
Leaving you tomorrow. I cause you no more sorrow. One cup of coffee, then I go. I brought the money, like the lawyer said to do. But it won't replace the heartache I caused you. It won't take the place of loving you. I know. So one cup of coffee, then I go. Make my coffee sweet and warm, just the way you used to like mine.
On the money, like the lawyer said to do.
But it won't replace the heartaches I caused you. It won't take the place of loving you. I know. So one cup of coffee, then I go.
Yo, listen. I know this is not much going on, but this bull trade, right? This is like a scalper's dream. Very low entries, low risk entries for tiny, tiny rewards. But it's rewarding you. The scalper under 9, right? What's that? That's a faux show. So the scalper at 896 uses the 890. Just like before, when you bought it at 9 and used the 896. It's the same scenario, right? Breaks that low, comes right back. You're buying 896 using the 890 as your out. Gets back to the prior day VWAP. Winning. Now you hold, you hope for more, but you sell, expecting it not to work because this is a squadouche kind of day. See what I'm saying? These aren't bad trades. I mean, obviously, it's not the best trade. The best trade was the short from the blue line to the orange line. No, Bob Dylan covered. Wait a minute. Actually, I don't know who came first. I'm. I think Bob Marley came up with this, and Bob Dylan did it afterwards. Actually, I don't know the answer. Yeah. But have you heard the original version of? Well, there's a couple of ska versions. A lot of what he did was ska first. The original One Love is so good. It's a sped up version. This is a remix with the Scatolites. And next, I'll put on some Sublime for you. Have you heard the Sublime version? It's pretty good. So yeah, listen. If you could survive days like today without doing something stupid, you're a better trader for it. Because man, this is pretty boring. But then again, it is what it is. 712.50 on the Q short to 710 again. Now it's the 712.64. Well, then again, that VWAP's probably at the half number now on the Qs. 62 now. Hey, while I got you guys here, did you guys see the latest podcast with me and Don Corleone? He'll be back tonight. Hope actually we're gonna see if John. I think Joe the analyst is out of town. There you go. Did you know that you know who Bill Carbone is? Bill Carbone is a friend of the. We're in a Grateful Dead uh, meetup group that I always talk about every 3 months. I go to this concert. Bill Carbone, he plays with us, and he also drums in a band called 10 Foot Ganja Plant or 10 Foot Ganja, something like that. 10 Foot Ganja. He's the drummer. The guy's like in like 30 different bands. It's pretty cool. You guys know 10 Foot Ganja? Long, long time ago, not the dread of your mana.
Long, long time ago, not today did I want ya. 91 the nation.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. It was a long, 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 long time. Today did I tell them. 91 all the people. Live and grow. Long time ago. I've been telling you from the start. You better put some love in your heart. As time goes by, you're getting weaker. But what you build up, no man tear apart. It was a long, long time ago. Not today did I warn you. Not to warn the nation. Long time ago, long time ago.
So anyway, as we're sitting here waiting for something more exciting to happen, it's 12 o'clock. Chances are nothing more exciting is going to happen today. If you are still short the cues from the 1250 or the 713, again, I don't mind getting stopped out. I want to get stopped out. You know why? Because I want this thing to set up for tomorrow. If you heard what I was saying, if you're just joining us, I think the market's going to crash in the next 3 to 5 weeks. Not joking. Now, let's not call it a crash. I think it's going down 10%. That's not a crash. But 10% would be pretty scary for a lot of people, which could lead into a crash. Crash is just 20%. And again, even if we do go down 20%, who cares? We'll go right back up inevitably. But the market's telling me I got the permission slip to believe now because it's doing the things that I like to see before a crash happens. The inability for the market to break new highs. The selling is overwhelming the buyers ever so slightly, but it's here. Every move up is being met with an equal and greater move to the downside, otherwise known as a bearish environment. It's not a bear market, but we're right there. Right? So now, usually, there's another rug pull in this environment because it's just waiting. That rug pull is what I'm waiting for, and that's what I think gets back down the cues specifically to 685, between 685 and 687.50. It's really what I'm looking for. But then we'll see if it doesn't hold the 685 this third time around, we might be in deeper doo-doo, which is fine by me. I don't care where the market goes up or down. I just want to be involved on both sides. But I'm also thinking 3 steps, maybe even 5 steps ahead. Even if I get the correction / crash, inevitably, people are gonna start getting scared at the worst possible time, which is that 665. And they could be right, and the cues get to 650. But inevitably, it's going to be a faux show, bro, which is going to lead into the October recovery, into the November rally, into the Christmas rally, the Santa Claus rally, and then we're talking about the January effect. And next thing you know, the Qs could still be at 820, where we were projecting them to be 5 years ago in 2027. So right now, everything is lining up to what we've been talking about for years. This is nothing new. Me and Solid have been talking about all of this since tariff day 2 years ago. That tariff thing set off the new bull market. And then these last two corrections you've seen it. That last correction was that March 31st to June 5th. That wasn't supposed to happen like that. That's why I think this market has to go down again, because that move was dumb. This was the dumbest move to ever happen in the history of the market, because they hit the Obama button 3 different times. That's enough. You didn't have to go from 555 to 750. It could have just meandered around here and built up. But just like they did it to silver, if you go parabolic, you got to correct and crash. So we had the correction. We had a mini crash. This is super bearish, because usually after the V bottom and you consolidate, you start breaking out. But we broke down instead. That's why I'm ultra concerned that we're about to give it all back again, which will be fine. Triple bottom. There it is. And then if that doesn't hold, your 6-month VWAP is waiting for you down there at 661. And if we get to 661, then we'll see who really is bullish this market any longer, because that would scare some people to give it all back. Why do I say that? Because I'm the greatest trader that's ever been. That's why Beyond Meat, holy shit, blow off top into a rally. Wow, the short squeeze is certainly not over on Beyond Meat. I thought that was over. Holy moly. Bully for oh my God, look. It pulls back to hold the prior day VWAP. Ass crack, Andy Dufresne, new trade. Damn. Well, that would have been more exciting than sitting here watching Walmart all day. Anybody back in the freaking Beyond Meat? Got stopped out of this. I haven't even looked at it again. Damn it. Wow. Why do I think we're going down? Because the signs that I've seen in the market for the last 35 years are telling me that I'm right. And then the price action over the last 3 or 4 days are telling me I'm right. The price action from last week are telling me I'm right. And I'm right. Whether it lasts is the question, right? That's why I trade intraday. I have my overall thesis and what I think is going to happen, and then I let the intraday action either say I'm right or I'm wrong, and then I do something about it. Like, for instance, I was right about the Beyond Meat. I got 3 days out of it. Wonderful trade. I got stopped out on the rollover. This is a brand new trade. I didn't think this was going to happen, but there it is. If I was paying attention, I would have definitely been buying it right here at $14.14, selling it to you here at $14.85, and now at $15, and raising my stop to $14.82, and I'm not in it. You don't have to be right. What you think doesn't have to be right to make money as a trader, because if you haven't heard, I've been secretly condemning silver to hell while it's obviously in an uptrend right now. Shh. But tomorrow, if they gap up silver and it rolls over, I'm going to smash it again. The other day, every trade I took was wrong, but right. Everything I thought was going to happen on the day, I was wrong about, but I traded only what I saw, and that's why I'm a better trader for it now. I have my overall thesis about what I'm going to do, and then I wait for validation that I'm right. And that's why, even though I'm short the Qs right now, I can't wait for it to get stopped out. Doesn't make any sense, right? Sure it does. Because I don't care. I've made some money on it. Now I'm letting it breathe. Over the blue line, I'm done. I want it to happen. And if you sell 10,000 shares of this stock, I will personally give you a blowjob. And I want it to happen. Welcome to the Investor Center. And if you don't know that line, go watch a movie or something. Aerotime Industries. They make radar detectors for civilians and military applications. You see what I'm saying? I'm waiting. I'm hoping that they set this trade up again so we could take advantage of it tomorrow. Right now, I'm still in it because the stocks, the cues are telling me I could stay short. But I'd rather them go up and then up some more and then up a little bit more and then roll over again tomorrow so I can get some 715s or 71250s or 710s tomorrow at a very cheap price for when what I believe is going to happen, the 15-point sell-off, would love to happen at 715 down to 700. I'd rather not have to short at 707 with only 7.5 points down to 700. I'd rather do it from a higher level. But right now we're in a stealth bear market, right? Only I see it apparently because no one's even talking about it. We're in it. The market's doing things that it doesn't normally do after what it just did. It V-bottomed, even the spies, right? You missed breaking the new high by just a couple of points yesterday, right? That's bearish, right? That's the finger of God moment. You tried to break a high and it rolled over instead. That's bearish, right? And now you're back below that range. So the S&P is due for a pullback to that 751. The Qs are pulling back hopefully to 685. And then it'll probably be bought again, and the shorts will overstay their welcome, and they'll get crushed again. But now, while we're sitting here, and you know how much I hate Chinese stocks, right? Look at Alibaba. Faux show, bro, VWAP break, VWAP hold, VWAP hold, VWAP hold, VWAP hold, VWAP hold, multi-day VWAP hold. Nothing bearish about this. That's a great symbol. Gigi. GameYourGameIncorporated.com systems. That's as scammy as they get them. GYGY. Let's go watch GYGY, right? Okay. Wow. Really? What's the name of the company? Game Your Game? I'm going to go ahead and say Pump and Dump. Let's see. Where's the reverse stock split? Oh, this thing just came out a couple of weeks ago and has gone to zero. Typical IPO, right? It is a good looking chart for you. They opened the stock at $32. They went to $3, went to $1. By the way, that represents most stocks. See, this is why I'm bearish, because most stocks suck. Do you know there's actually 17,000 stocks, individual names out there? Only 300 of those 17,000 are any good. So by definition, most stocks suck. That's why I don't try picking individual stocks for winners. You want to invest in the market? Q, Q, Q. But most stocks look like Gigi. Speaking of pump and dumps, How is that pump and dump? What was it? We dot? We wet o? We wet o. Oh, they pumped it again. Oh, but now it's getting dumped again. What was the other one we were trading? Whiff? Where's that stock? Is that 12 cents by now, right? Holy crap. It came back. It went to $1.85, but that was from 10. Oh, yeah, it's actually hanging in there today. Hey, by the way, remember the Viking trade yesterday that was in an algorithmic downtrend, right? That, you want to be shorting something? That's an earnings reversal. And look at that. It still hasn't broke trend. That's an algorithmic sell program for 48 hours. That's something you don't see too often. Look at that. Mama say, Mama sama makusa. You want to be short in something? You want to be short in something? I don't know. What are we doing the rest of the day? So you want to be short in something? The song's all about shorting stocks, you know, right? Too high to get over. It's talking about VWAP in this trade. So every song's about trading. You know, life's all about trading, right? Everything you do in life, you're trading, right? You trade your time to do one thing or the other. You do something, you're choosing what to do over something else, right? Everything's a trade. The more positive trades you do in life, the better you are in every aspect. Like today, I chose to stare at Walmart, and that was a bad choice. But I didn't lose any money staring at it. Still waiting. Still waiting. It's gonna get to 12.50 inevitably. Sorry, 102.50. But this Viking trade, that is an earnings reversal, man. That is something. Look at that. That's a trend from last night that hasn't broke trend. You don't really see that. They're just bleeding this stock out. Wow. But here, let's watch in horror as people get their asses kicked trying to trade Gigi, right? Is that what this company is? It's a golf company. Wasn't there a golf stock the other day too? Remember that? Remember that IPO? There was a company that came out with a putter. It was an IPO of a company that had a putter. Was it True Golf or something? I forgot the name of it. The stock went from $8 to 35 that day. 3 days later, it was 20 cents. It was the biggest collapse I have seen in a very long time. 3 days into the name, I forgot what stock it was, but it was a putter of some kind. Stock had an epic debut. Everything about IPOs that you love. $10 got you 12.50, 12.50 got you 15, 15 got you 20, 22.50. I think it went like $38. And I think it was maybe 5 days later, the stock was sub $1. Do you know Mama Say Mama Samu Makusa? He did not make that up. There is another Mama Say Mama Samu Makusa song from back in the 70s. And by the way, you see this giggy right here? What do you think that just what was that just happened, right? That's a fake out shakeout, right? So there's the VWAP break at 310. See, even the pump and dumps, they follow certain rules. And just like any other trade, let's say you bought some at 310, you're selling some here, raising your stop so you don't get your ass kicked. And then this 285 error is the end of it all, because once it breaks through there, VWAP break, bottom of the range, you're going to go to zero. How about that Walmart? Son of a bitch! It was the 103! I hate you so much! Now you know. Michael Jackson stole that song from Manu Dibango. He was also at Woodstock. Now you know. All right. Well, now that I missed the Walmart trade, I think I'm just going to go bang my head against the wall and wait to get stopped out of this QQ trade. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe I missed the freaking Walmart trade. It's fucking Andy Dufresne's. I'm sitting here going, all right, 35 more cents. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. Bring it to me. And no. Anyway, there's the $1.50 that I was looking to make all day. It just happened without me. So that's it. I had enough. I'm gonna taking my toys and going home. I'll keep my money I made on Moderna 3 times. I'm still short the queues, and like I said, waiting to get stopped out. And if I get stopped out, that's a good thing because inevitably we're getting short again. You guys want to hang out? What are you guys doing? We could call it now, reconvene later. I don't know if Solid's around, but the last thing I'm going to sit here doing is churning and staring into my screens when there's nothing going on. So we could mama say, mama sa, mumaku sa the hell out of here. Reconvene tonight at 6 o'clock with some Grateful Dead and a couple of bong rips. What do you want to do? I cannot believe I just missed that stupid Walmart trade. It's actually pretty funny. I waited all day. I just wasted 3 hours of my life, and I'm sitting here literally staring at it. I'm like, all right, oh, maybe I should buy it now. Maybe, oh, it is kind of an Andy Dufresne. All right, let me just wait. And then it happens. Oh, bro, that sucks. Did anybody buy Walmart at 103 and make this stupid dollar? I mean, come on, man. I literally waited all freaking morning to do this trade. Come on, man. Holy freaking mackerel. See, the Wizard's laughing her ass off at me now. She's already in at 103. All right. I'll be back in a couple hours. I ain't sitting there churning my account anymore, but I am stalking this Moderna again. Now that it broke 135, it got to the 132.50. Now I'm going to wait for it to break 132.50, and maybe we see what we do at 130 or 127.50. And I'm still short the queues. All right, be careful out there. Don't churn your account. Don't squadouche yourself out of a day. You know, again, we had some winning trades, and that's all the market wanted to give us today. A couple of scalps, not bad. All right. Anybody have any song requests while we're here? I can put on some Latin house music. I love that stuff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, tonight we do something called the schmooze. It's usually invite only. And how do you get invited to the schmooze? You like and subscribe to our YouTube channels. You're already there, right? So all you need to do is go to the YouTube, watch this video. Let me just shut it off. Just watch it just for a minute or two, just to get in the algorithms, and then just put a comment up there. So we got the podcast that you could watch, or you could watch today's video, and I'll give you the link just to help you along. Again, obviously, you don't have to watch this video because you just lived it. So, but if you could do me a favor, click the link. Come back to it later on a couple of times. Click it again, and then click it again, and again, and again. And then just leave a couple of comments if you haven't seen the podcast. Here it is. Uh-oh, come on. It's not the song you think it is. You know that one? Do you know this one? All music came from other music. You know that, right? Everything's a big sample. Life is a sample. All right, be careful out there. Don't do anything silly, all right? Seriously, come on. It's a grindy kind of day, and you don't want to. One bad trade, kind of ruins the whole day. So if you scalped your way into a payday today, which I did, And look at this Moderna, man. I mean, seriously, I've only done 3 long trades on Moderna. Meanwhile, the stock's getting hammered today. But at 125, I'm definitely looking to buy this thing again. So keep an eye on it, obviously. And if you're in the Walmart, congratulations. I'm rooting for you. Hopefully it gets to the 105 and you get paid some more. All right, careful out there. So I'll see you guys in a couple hours and see if Solid's around. But 6 o'clock tonight, I'll be putting on some Grateful Dead in the schmooze room. And usually we circle back at 8, me, Solid, Don Corleone, and maybe we'll have a DJ at 10 o'clock. All right? All right. Email me if you don't know what I'm talking about. KennyGlick@AOL.com. See you. Feels like